There was doo-doo plastered on the side of my car.
3 fag, 2 food week, dog 12 spliff a roll for the day when me feel calm. But if me no feel calm, do the maths real fast. Vibes kitchen at the place where me speak on. Cook give me on any boy. Me can't get the right food no matter how me try. Vibes have the recipe, everything me like. A mad thing when Stella make the fire light. Me pocket fully charged, touch the road our time. Lace up me clocks, food fast, brain paranoid. The YouTube channel active.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I'm here again with another banging video. It's a story time video. It's actually going to be a couple different stories from my days living in apartments. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, huge favor, I got a couple channels that I want y'all to go subscribe to and show them a lot of love and support, okay? The first one, TNR Reactions and More. Come on, I put it in every video. Y'all should be over there by now. The next channel, Khallil Music. So my new intro song that you heard, that's from Khallil, okay? Go over there, show him some love. I tell you, his songs are amazing. I mean, you heard it for yourself. You heard the intro. Listen, I'm a hype over my new intro song, okay? The other channel, TJ's Funtivities, TJs Channel. Gotta show TJ some love, okay? And then finally is Trushane, Trushane. Gotta show him some love too, cause he's the one that I guess produced the song that my new intro song that Khallil did for me. So I'm gonna put all their information on the screen and in the description. So go show them some love, okay? All right, let's get it. So all these stories are from my days living in Kansas. Kansas was my first base, and I was there for almost 7 years. Almost. But for the first 3 years, I lived in the dorms because that's what they do in the military. If you're not married, have a child or anything, you live in the dorms. So my very first apartment, it wasn't bad. It was in a nice area. But I'm not going to say shady stuff didn't happen sometimes. Like, even though it was close to the base, in a nice area, what I thought was a nice area, like, it was kind of, some of the things was kind of shady sometimes. But it is what it is. So, 2 things happened at this apartment. Initially, when I moved there with my ex, and we lived there. Me and him were, probably wasn't even a year where we were there together until he made me mad, and I was like, now he really upset me, and the relationship was going down anyway, so got to the point where I had enough, so I'm like, it is what it is. It's over. Now, he's left-handed, and y'all will see, you get why I'm telling you this soon. Okay, so he's left-handed. After we broke up, he went on a deployment, 6 months. Then he came back, he got his stuff. Because he went on his deployment maybe 2 weeks after we broke up. So he didn't get to move his stuff, which is fine. When he came back, he got everything he needed to get. Maybe a month or so after he got back from his deployment, I went home one day. And usually I walk through the side door because it's close to where I have to park instead of the front door, so I just go through there. This day, when I got to the door, I saw this note that looked like a child wrote it. And this is why I said the left-handed thing, because no disrespect to anybody that's left-handed, but a lot of the ones that I've seen, their handwriting is not the best. The note that I found said, "I'm still watching you, baby girl." I ain't gonna lie, it was a little bit scary seeing that. I was living there by myself and I found something like that. That was definitely scary. But I mean, what was I gonna do? I found the note. I don't know who put it there or anything. I just know based on how it looked like either a kid wrote it or somebody that's left-handed. Nothing ever happened though. Fast forward though, this is probably like 2 years later. I was sitting there in the same apartment. I was sitting in the same apartment one day, and one night watching movies. Now, the front door, you have the door, and then you have a glass on each side, but you can't see nothing through the glass. I don't remember what it's called, but it's one of those glass where you can't see nothing through it, neither from my side or from their side. But what I did see is the shadow of somebody leaning on the glass like this. I was like, what the? So I know you can't see in the apartment, but you can see through the glass that there's a light on in there because I was watching TV. So that means whoever was looking could have seen that the TV was on. Just like this. I was like, Lord have mercy. So right then, well, that made me decide I was gonna move from that apartment because I was contemplating moving anyway to a different apartment complex where TNR Reactions and the other Jamaicans live, because we were all we had in Kansas. So a group of Jamaicans found each other. Crazy times, okay? But at that point I made up my mind, so I moved over to the apartment complex that they were at. This apartment now, it wasn't bad. It was a lovely apartment, and even better, my friends were right there, so if anything happened I could just pick up the phone, call them, and they over there, you know what I'm saying, because they some real G's. TNR coming over there like that, you know what I'm saying, ready to throw punches. Not me. No, but seriously, so that apartment was cool. There's only two things that ever really happened that, you know, scared me a little bit, but still it wasn't a bad apartment, so I stuck with it until it was time to move to my other base, which is Illinois, where I moved from last year. So one day, me and my friend Gervana, she came by the apartment because I was cooking. She loved Jamaican food. Let me tell you something. If me know she go watch this, walk with her belly in her hand all the time. I'm just playing. That's my friend right there. That's my sister right there, okay? But we were there. I was cooking. And so basically how it's set up, you got the kitchen, then you got a little dining area, and then the living room area, and then the front door. So I'm over here at the kitchen cooking, and she's standing right here facing the front door. And she just stopped. And I'm looking like, what is she doing? She's not moving. I said, what's wrong with you? She said, Kadian. This is exactly how she says, Kadian, you know this man right here? I said, what man? I don't know, no. Listen, when I went there, I didn't see anybody, so I went to the door. I looked on the stairs. Two guys. I guess they were scoping out the apartment. I don't know what they were looking for. Maybe they were looking to see what we have, so when we're not there, they'll come back and steal stuff. I don't know. But one was standing at the bottom of the stairs, and one was in the middle. Like, they walked away as soon as she saw them. And then I went there and I saw that they were standing there, so I just locked the door. Because before, the mesh door was open. The front door was open. The mesh door was locked. So it's not like you could just open it and come in. It was locked. But the door was open so they could see everything in the apartment. So as soon as she saw them and they saw that she saw them, they walked away, and I saw that they were on the stairs standing there. So I just locked the door so they wouldn't come back. And then I phoned. So it was me, TNR Reactions, and then my friend Crawford. TNR, his wife, and my friend Crawford. All of them. All Jamaicans there. So I called up my friend Crawford. I said, look, listen, there was some people over here, so we are scared right now, so you might want to run on over. But the final story for that apartment, it wasn't terrible, but it's, it shook me up a little bit, mostly because I'm scared of ghosts. So one day, my sister and I were in the kitchen. Well, I was in the kitchen cooking. She was at the dining table. I forgot what she was doing. So we were there cooking, talking, minding our business and whatever. And then I opened the cupboard to take something out of it. You know, if you know how a cupboard is in a kitchen, you know the cupboard goes up this way, right? If you take anything, if anything falls out the cupboard, it'll probably just fall like this, right? I opened the cupboard and the bottle of browning that was sitting in the cupboard, it's in the cupboard, right? The browning went flying like that. Swear to God, the brownie went flying, and I froze, she froze. I didn't pay much attention in physics, but common sense told me that there was no way that bottle should have came flying out the cupboard like that. We were both sitting there. We froze. We were scared. Like, how is it possible? How is it possible that the bottle of browning came flying out the cupboard like that? Right there, we drew that conclusion. It got to be a ghost. It got to be. What else would explain something like that? I don't know. But I think of all these stories, the one that probably scared me the most was the one with the note at the backyard. Mostly because I watched so many Lifetime movies and I get so paranoid. Like, even, I don't know if you know the ID channel, they a lot of true, like, crimes and stuff, that real life crimes that happen. I started getting so paranoid I had to stop watching, because every time I went outside to get in my car, I was looking around, looking to see if there was anybody following me or anybody sitting there watching me. So, okay, so how could I forget this story? So, this story was also at that first apartment, right? So it was me and my friend Giovanna again. So this point, I was in what they call PME for the military, professional military education. I had just made staff sergeant, and staff sergeant is the first rank in the NCO tier. Non-commissioned officer sergeants, we're sergeants. So that's the first rank in that tier, right? So I was in school. One of the requirements being in that school is that as a group, we have to volunteer to do something to help the community. We were going to go paint. It was an orphanage downtown. We were going to go paint. So I went outside to get in my car. Then when I looked at the side of my car, there was doo-doo plastered on the side of my car. Plastered on the side of my car. I was so mad. Now, listen. She was there laughing. Just laughing the whole time. And I'm over here. I'm upset. Y'all. I was so mad. One neighbor, he came out and he was saying, "Oh, it looks like it's bird doodle. Bird don't doodle that big. It couldn't have been bird poop. It couldn't have been. I ain't never seen no bird doodle as much as a human being. So that definitely was not from a bird." Now there were some bigger birds around the apartment complex, but the smell of it smelled like it was either human or a dog. That was the amount that was plastered on the side of my car. I was so mad. Y'all have no idea how mad I was. Again, I thought it was my ex. Why? Me, like, if you break up with somebody, would you choose to go live across the street from them? Probably not. And that's where he lived. So, and I didn't move, so obviously he knew I was still there. He knew my car. He lived across the street. It's the perfect opportunity for him to leave over there and come put doodoo on my car. Yo, I was so mad because it was really stuck on there. I had to grab a piece of stick and like try to scrape it off of there and then wash the car. Just thinking about it right now, I'm getting mad again. I'm getting so mad all over again. Because the thing is, that's the only person that came to mind when I saw that. It wasn't no, if a bird poop on your car, it's something that comes off real easy. But this was plastered on there. Like it was stuck to the car to the point I had to use a piece of stick to dig it off of there. So the way it looks, somebody intentionally did that stuff to my car. I was mad. And I blamed him. Because I mean, he lived right across the street. I don't have issues with people because I'm the type of person, I try to get along with everybody. I didn't have any issues with anybody, so he's the only person I could think of. Because I mean, I'm the one that broke up with him. I kicked him out the apartment. It's the why wouldn't he put doo-doo on my car if I did something like that? Boy, I tell you, I can honestly say I will never go back to an apartment. Nope. Even if I gotta rent somewhere, I'll rent a house. I'm not going back to an apartment. It's not something I want to deal with again. Especially, you gotta be cognizant of other people. If you're upstairs, you gotta worry about people downstairs because you can't walk too hard because they hear everything. It's nah. After living in a house, I realized won't do that again. I prefer to go rent a house before living in an apartment. But I hope y'all like these videos. There's just a couple apartment stories. I have more stories, not apartment, like different stories. Like my life has been one big old story. Fun stuff though. Fun stuff, but the apartment ones, those you might like, you might not like. I don't know. That's what it is. But hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, peace out.
Vibes kitchen at the place where me there now. We get the nicest food when the fire out. The pepper hot, God know what a bread.